From the West Coast, we're coming to you live from the NFL's newest and the world's most expensive stadium. State-of-the-art SoFi here in Inglewood, California. To kick off, here's Riley Patterson. And here we go from L.A. Here's Carter on the return. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Herbert throwing right away. Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Shotgun snap to Herbert. He's going deep this time. He's got it inside the 25. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a pickup of 39 yards. And it brings up an LA first down. Motioning the tight end now. Working inside the red zone. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Throwing the out route complete. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
And for the Commanders, a 5th defensive back out there. They're going nickel on 3rd down. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. That one splits the uprights. And the Chargers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. The turn starts from the goal line. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That is not a good omen at all. You've spent so much time, Kate, on the first 15 plays, and that first play, you've rehearsed it in your head over and over as a quarterback, as an offensive line. You never, ever want to go backwards, have such a negative play, but now you got to flush it and quickly move on.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Another try following the sack. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. He'll throw it. He's on the move. Into a crowd, and a defender comes up with it. And the Chargers have it as he records the first interception of his young career. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with the pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Herbert from the gun. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And they take him down right along the 30.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. That's caught for the first. To the house, touchdown LA! The Chargers parlay the interception into points. Matt McConkey with a touchdown. Looking to tack on the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers drive out to an early 14-0 lead. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. That's going to be taken in at the 8. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll run here with Tyjae Spears. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. It's complete to Ford. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Here's Spears on the carry. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Chargers territory. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
2nd and 8. His first throw is an interception. Picked off by Junior Colson. And the Chargers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
That is just a big-time individual effort, Kate, defensively. First, he takes the ball away, and then he's looking for points, right? He turns from defense to offense, and one more move, and he might have broken it to the house.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Throwing on 1st is Herbert. He sends this one to the end zone. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Herbert now to throw on 3rd. He has the 1st over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their 1st. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They give it to him again. And he pushes it further into the red zone, down inside the 15.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Another carry for him. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the 1st down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
The throw is caught. Touchdown, LA! Quick second score him, Brock, already. And we aren't even out of this opening quarter yet.
I think I just saw that D coordinator rip up his game plan down on the sidelines because you got to find some new resources here. You got to dedicate more bodies, more physicality to this playmaker because we know in this league, when you get a guy going like this, they're going to go to him until you stop him.
That one right down the middle. And the Chargers push their lead to 21-zip already. Returnable from the 1. And this drive will start inside the 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Now for that defense, who puts a sack on the board.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Trying again following the sack. Completes one to Ben Sinnott. The 40. Hits the 20. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Commanders ball as we get back for the 2nd, and they're thinking points. Spears running behind center, and he only gets this one down to the 9. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They've got a man in motion. They run once more with Spears. And he's got them down to the doorstep inside the 5. Washington calls it 2nd timeout. They're down to their final 1 in this half.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And he's brought down for a loss.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
Riley Patterson ready for the field goal try. This just 21 yards down the pipe. Koo able to put it through. And it gets a fraction closer as the lead's down to 18.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
Evans now to return. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. Now after that return, we've got an injured player getting some assistance as we momentarily step aside. They've got 1st down from the 31. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Herbert back to throw. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. Looking for his wide receiver there. So now it's 2nd and long.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Dump off caught by his back. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
Commanders with an extra DB out there to defend this 3rd down. Herbert. Short pass brought in. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Now Herbert again. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Now Herbert to throw. Gets this to McConkey. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Chargers will have a 1st.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st down, ball at the 36. Back to throw. Here's Herbert. Hits him on the out route. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
2nd and 3 now. From the 29. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers can make it a 4-score game as they lead by 24. It is a word broadcasters hesitate to use for a lot of reasons, but 4 touchdowns in 4 drives, Brock. I think we can throw it out here. Perfection thus far.
Yeah, this game will humble you at this level. I mean, this is the best of the best playing it, and you don't normally see this kind of execution and this kind of efficiency, so I understand that word perfection. I will remind everybody, though, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. He's going to field this at the 2. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. And holding penalty is going to make 1st down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out. Slot man motioned over. Play action on 1st down. It's taken in by Sinnott. And he'll get it up to the 27.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases,
Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. And the Chargers will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
well, that's now his second time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the second on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
A play fake. Now Herbert to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
A loss of 6 yards. Brings up 3rd and 16.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. Cut at the 10-yard line. He's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. Final timeout taken by the Commanders. And we'll see how this plays out the rest of this half with none remaining. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Herbert from the gun. Has it in close. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Return starts from the goal line. He takes a pop, and the ball comes out. And the fumble recovery is made.
These guys are flying down the field. Reminds me of the guys at Braveheart. But different than Braveheart, these guys got 2 things on their mind. Number 1, get the returner down. And number 2, try to separate the ball if they can. It's rare that it happens, but boy, is it big when it does.
We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. It's the Chargers facing 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Herbert. Cut near the goal line. And that's a Los Angeles touchdown. Now the second time we've had the privilege of calling a touchdown pass to him in this opening half, Brock, and you're starting to get the feeling that he isn't done yet.
Well, but defensively, Kate, you got to do something different. It's kind of like a pitcher who gives up a home run and then a second home run to that same guy. You are not going to give him a pitch to hit, and this defense has got to start taking this receiver away.
The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Fielded just shy of the end zone. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Spears trying this straight ahead. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
From the 26 on 2nd down. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And he's touched down after a nice pickup there to get the first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And they make the tackle at the 38. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Throwing it again here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. But those are the hurry-up offense here. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. That one's cut along the left sideline.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Koo able to put it through. And Brock, I'd say that's more of a moral victory than something that's really going to affect the deficit much. So we've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Returnable from the 1. He lost the football, and they steal it back on the return. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. Well, partner, those halftime adjustments they had planned on offense. Hold on, let me just crack it open here and throw those right out the window.
That's such a bummer. You do spend those rapid minutes in the halftime locker room getting everybody on the same page. Hey, here we go. Here's our plan. Here's our new script. Yep. And instead, that's...
And he will score. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers grow the lead coming out of halftime. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. Yeah. That's well done.
That one splits the uprights. And the Chargers continue piling on to this lead. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Return starts from the goal line. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now the shotgun give to Spears. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looks like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They're going to stay on the ground with Spears. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Okay, I'll give some credit to the defense there. Limited the gain to the outside, contained him for minimal yardage, but it was going to be tough to stop him from getting a first down as close as they were to the sticks.
They're set up at the 35 now. 1st and 10, looking to throw. Dump off to his fullback. And he's brought down after a short gain.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They'll try and throw it here. Got Sinnott. It's complete. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Commanders will have a first. New set of downs for him from the 46. A handoff to Spears. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. That's Deommodore Lenoir. And the Chargers will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, no doubt they envision that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. He goes the distance. Touchdown, LA! The Chargers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Chargers grow their lead yet again. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Fielded just shy of the end zone. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. After that return, he's looking pretty banged up out there. We're going to have a stoppage as team personnel comes out to look at him. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now for Spears. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Pass play now. It's caught. This is Tyjae Spears. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. They're running the option, short side. And that hit stops him in his tracks. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Throw complete to Sinnott. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that'll be good for a Washington first. Throwing from the gun here. Looking for a target. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know, one thing I noticed, Kate, coaching youth football, everybody wants their kid to play quarterback. That is, until they get knocked to the mat. And that's now 5 sacks in this game, let alone the number of times quarterbacks have been flushed as well. Not everybody is built to play quarterback.
Now Spears. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. A gain of 9 on that run, so now they're left with 3rd and 8.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly when he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And Brock, I'd say that's more of a moral victory than something that's really going to affect the deficit much. Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Here comes Williams on the return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he'll get it up to the 44.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Give to Williams from the gun. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Finds a seam down the middle. And they bring him down around the 34. They manage 22 on the rip and a 1st down. Lone back gets the handoff. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it brings up an LA 1st down. Back to the well again. Room to the right. And finally they catch up to him at the 11. 12 yards on that play and a good call nets him the 1st.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Back-to-back carries here. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
The give here on 2nd. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. He gets a half dozen on the carry. That's also going to bring up 3rd and 6.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
And for the Commanders, a 5th defensive back out there. They're going nickel on 3rd down. Has it in close. And he's out of bounds at the 3. Nearly got to the end zone there.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And they didn't even need those points when you look at how impressive that lead is.
Yet another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
He stopped on the return at the 27.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They bring Jackson in motion. They go play action on 1st. He rolls to his right. He's on the move. And he doesn't slide down, and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
2nd and 4. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
Oh, look at those savvy linebackers. They're just right in the middle of everything, aren't they, Kate? And it seems like at times they're the quickest reactions as well. He needed a quick one right there to get a finger on the throw and change its direction.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. On the handoff, this is Spears. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Commanders will have a 1st. Dropping back to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
They just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along the route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. The line doesn't hold up, and completions follow.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Throwing now from the gun. And they pick him off again! And the Chargers will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season. The team total is now up to 5, Brock. 5 times they've picked this offense off.
Say it a 3rd time for me, Kate, would you? Twist the knife for all the fans of this offense watching at home.
5 interceptions in one game. You just got to marvel at how well they played in coverage from start to finish.
Yeah, this goes beyond marveling. This goes to best case scenario in their game plan. This is one of those special games where absolutely everything is clicking. These defenders, it's like they're seeing the entire field in perfect 20/20 vision.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Going to the ground again on 1st. Another big rip for him. And he runs this one in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers throwing 6 more on the blowout. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Returnable from the 1. Oh no, he lost control of another one. And they dodge a turnover there on the return.
Awareness, awareness, awareness. So critical in so many phases of the game. And in this phase, in the special teams phase, it's not just hitting blocks and clearing the lane, but in this case, recognizing the fumble and most importantly, keeping that possession.
It's making the scoreboard look a touch better. It's a Tyjae Spears touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Here comes Williams on the return. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They give it to him again. And he found some running room for a nice gain. 7 yards on the run. That sets up an easily attainable 3rd and 1. Washington calls it 2nd timeout. And with another one gone, they're going to have just 1 remaining this game. Commanders with an extra DB out there to defend this 3rd down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That one intended for Mark Andrews. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. Call that punt a 52-yard effort. And the Commanders' drive is going to start from deep on their own side of the field. Spears running behind center. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 23. Defender runs right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that means 3rd down coming up. Here's Spears on the carry. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign that they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Fourth and 3, drive on the line. Trying to throw here out of the gun. That's cut beyond the marker. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
To throw here on 1st down. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and clear. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home that side.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Looking for a throw here. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Now they'll throw out of the gun. They connect for the first. And he's going to be blocked down after reaching the 43. What a play to beat the defense on 4th down. It's 23 yards and a first. One final shot here. And that last pass falls incomplete as this game comes to a close. So the Chargers come away with the win in this one. And they're continuing to survive among the final remaining unbeaten teams across the NFL, as they're now up to a 3-0 start.